Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at a Sony Hi8 Video 8 camcorder model CCD-V8AF. Um, Produced in 1986. Um, it was one of those larger Sony cameras, the one that these days have the most problems with. Um, but I was able to find one at a thrift store, and it is actually in very good condition. The case was not in good condition, but I cleaned it up. There's a bit of mouse crap in there, but it was not bad to clean out. You just wear gloves and everything and wash your hands. We have an original owner's manual here and all that. It's printed in 1985 by Sony, of course, and in Japan, because camcorders here were made in Japan. And this one here, it's kind of strange, the zipper. It just leads directly down into there. That's strange. I don't know. So, got stickers and everything. I like these Sony stickers because if you take like a UV light, it's an Olight Arcfeld Ultra. You just put it on there, they glow. It's kind of cool. So this case, it like fluoresces everywhere. That's really cool though. Most Sony stickers do that. So let's open up the case and see what we're working with. Because I've had this one for like 2 days now, and I decided why not. So I've got a keyhole there, which I don't have, but anyways, enough talking. So here we have it. So in the top here, I've put everything that was originally in the case when I bought it. I put everything back, just, I don't know. Here. It has an NP20. It came in with an NP22H battery. These are the Sony battery packs that were used in the CCD-V series and some of the TCD series. So the TCD D10 and D10 Pro would have used these probably. Any of the like the decks would have used it. The NP22 here, they're both nickel cadmium batteries, I'm pretty sure. But the only difference that I've been able to tell here is that this NP22 is 1300 milliamp hours, as you can see right there, 6 volt. But this one here says 1800 milliamp hours. That's kind of like just how much gas is in the car, like the tank size. So this one will last longer than that one. Well, probably not anymore. They're like 40 years old. That's that part. And then we have here an RFU 80UC. So I'll get to why it has an input jacks here too, but you have line VHF, so that would go to like a TV or antenna modulator. Well, this is the modulator, and you can put third channel, fourth channel in the connector. It came with a BCA 80, so charger. So you'd put your batteries in here, charger in here. The funny thing about this one though was it can charge not only one here, but 3 batteries at once. But this charger's a little finicky. I gotta work on it, see how I can get it open. And it also came with our ACP-88, which is like the AC adapter for all this. Without this one here, you can't really do much with these. Well, unless you have a power supply to charge these, which is not very safe, but they're more forgiving than lithium-ion batteries. So this would work like this. You would take this charger and plug it into there, and you'd take your battery, plug it there, right? But then, if you wanted to do all 3, it would take like 8 hours to full charge. And then the main camera. Yes, this is original sticker. It's very heavy and very large. So we'll get to the camera in a few minutes. But for now, we're going to talk about the media that this barbaric camera used. So it used this video format called high 8 or digital 8 or 8 millimeter, but basically this is a tape for it. It's looks almost like a DV tape, but you'd most likely recognize it as a VHS because I don't know. But this is digital format, so it uses helical scan, but analog format like cassettes used just straight, I'm pretty sure. So when this little switch down here gets held, it pulls this lid back and you get your tape. I know my camera's terrible quality, but if you can see that, it's like amazing. Same way that, almost the same way DATs worked, but so this is a 120-minute tape. And you got your little record, write protect switch. Damn it. My nails are too short. There we go. So that would be protection here. So that would be on write protect, so you can't record over it. Then this here is you can record over it. Now let's see if my phone battery will allow me to record this for long enough. Alright, so we have our camera here, and it's very large. So first thing about this camera that's really I don't know stands out is my favorite part is this thing right here. It just looks kind of cool, but got a strap here because so when you use this camera, you hoist it over your shoulder. So this rests on your shoulder, and then this twists this way, this black and white viewfinder. Because if you found a camera with a color viewfinder these days, I think that there were only like 2 or 3 ever made with color viewfinders, maybe. I don't know. But this is your viewfinder here. This one is the only viewfinder I'm pretty sure that'll work on this camera, because I've had a CCD-V3 and a V5, and I tried the V3 viewfinder because I still had it. The V3, I couldn't get the tracking right, and the head was just, in the plastic parts and everything, but it really sucks because the mechanical parts inside these, it's amazing how they used to build them, but it's a real nightmare fixing them. So that plugs into here, and if you take the V3 one and try and slide it on, this is like too small right here, but you can adjust where this is, so you can use your right eye like this, or your left eye, or just nothing. So that swivels 90 degrees. So does this for some reason. This one does 180 though. And then if you want to just use it while it's not over your shoulder or something, you can put it like that so that you can just look at it like this, the magnifying lens. And these 3 here, there's a yellow light on the top, a red light in the middle, and an orange light. In there, when you look through it, if you can see it, they're super tiny, but they're gonna be like right. Oh shit! Did I just? We're good. Sorry about that. So the tube here, there's like the CRT tube is here, and then it's got like a mirror. This is how they used to design their old Watchmans. Sony did. So there's a red light in the middle, and a yellow there, and an orange there. You might be able to just barely see them, little holes, but there were lights in there. So this orange one was for white balance. So like if you were inside, then you would use this one here where it shows the little image of a light bulb. And if you were outside, you'd use this one, a little sun. And then this one, I'm not too sure, but I think this one you put the lens cap on and then you flick this down and then it retracts back up. It's like a springy one. And yeah, so that's your viewfinder, and then the red one here is for tape run or battery. So if your tape runs low or it's on pause or the battery's dying, then it'll have the red one doing something. Low light, which is like for this one here, I'm pretty sure. So if you're in like a highlight area, then, you know, so. And you got your record review switch, which basically shows you, it's like a preview of what you recorded. And your push auto here. So this is why it's called CCD-V8AF. So AF stands for autofocus, if you didn't realize here. So if we remove the cover here, then we can see the front. Surprisingly, it still has the sponge on it. This, I'm pretty sure it should be this one right here. It's, or maybe it's this one, but one of them has an infrared signal, and it's either that or like a laser or something, an infrared laser, and it shoots to where you're aimed at, and it goes back in, and then depending on how far it is, this will start turning automatically. And so will this here, because this is the zoom knob here, and this is focus. So these are power zoom, so when you hold this, it would slowly start turning, very, very slowly. It's extremely sluggish, but neat little feature. And then this one here, one of them's got to be for like some kind of early form of night vision, like the Night Shot camera in 1999 had the creep camera, you could call it, if you want, because it had, okay, we're not going to get into that right now, so, because I've only got a limited amount of time. So, it's your lens cap, very large lens, and, so, that's this one. These power focus and power zoom, the only problem with them is over the years, as they get older, there's little belts inside the servo driving units that basically, they're these tiny little belts, and over time the rubber degrades and it just turns into like a thick black tar, and it'll just keep spinning the motor and it won't be turning anything. So you got to get in there and replace the belts. It's absolute hell. I had to do it for this one here, but this zoom here was fine. But this still runs very slow. It's still even better just to use the manual, because, you know, because right now I have it replaced and it runs like, I don't know how fast it's supposed to go, but I assume it would probably be faster than that. But yeah. Here, this is the interesting part. You have this is like an entire separate VTR. So like, it's like a VCR kind of. It's like both a camera and a VCR. So this part here is your like playback area. You have your tape timing here, eject, VTR power. We'll get to that in a minute. And camera power over there. Rewind, play, fast forward, stop, pause, record, remote, earphones, and edit switch. The edit switch was mainly for like if you were copying from this tape to a different tape, it would like increase the quality just a little bit. But I don't know why they wouldn't just boost it up to full quality already. Insert, memory, and reset. So this, if you press reset, it resets the tape timer to 0. And memory, I'm pretty sure it just like saves the time. Insert, I still can't find out what it does. I don't even know if this button on here works. But this is where your tape goes in. And you have VTR power here, so if you just want to use the recorder. And then over here you have camera power, so you have two separate power switches for both segments of the device. So yeah, now here is where this guy comes in, right here. So if you wanted to connect it to a TV, or sorry about that, so if you wanted to connect it to a TV or broadcast to a TV station, or input or output, input or output for audio and video. And I remember I said that you can also just use this as a VCR. So you flip this little guy here up, little cover, and then you'd take this and then just, there we go, put it onto there. And now you can input a video signal and record it off a different device, which I think is amazing, or have it output, and you can put this to a TV, and you can have VHF or line. So if you switch to VHF, it'll go out through there. Switch it to line, it'll go out through these two. But yeah, I really like that. You have your record switch here, power zoom buttons. I still can't find out what this little S button here does. It just says S on it. I don't know. That's interesting. Shoe adapter and name tag or model tag, serial tag, made in Japan and stuff. Let's put a battery in it. We're going to use the AC adapter though, because the batteries are... Alright, I've got this plugged in, and it puts out 8.5 volts DC at 1 amp for VTR, and then 8.5 volt 1.2 amp for batteries charging. And this guy here is where it goes. So you take this, and that's how you get it power. Then to eject a battery or power adapter, you hold this switch and you can pull it out. I'll leave that in for now. So, I like this cover because when you put it on, if you can get it on, there you go, and then you flip it upside down, it's got little rubber stubs on the bottom so that you can just use it like this and have it, you know. So, let's give the VTR some power. 1785, we'll just reset that, and we'll hit eject. So that ejects. I'll get a tape. So you take this and you insert it into here. Mine still makes some pretty nasty grinding sounds, and I can see some cracks on the gears inside, because as this plastic gets older and older, it begins cracking and getting weak. It's ABS plastic normally. So, see this insert button, I still can't figure out what it does. Might be for like a timestamp or something. But, let's see. No, that's not it. So, it gets old, and then because so much stress gets put on the gears in the system as it gets older, the gears just can't hold on anymore, and they just crack, which really sucks because nobody manufactures gears for these anymore. Yeah, I'm lucky this one still loads and plays. So we have here a play button, which has green. We have pause, which would be orange, and then for record would be red. Just stop that. And as you can see, it's still working very well. And it plays, it ejects. The eject light's orange as well. It ejects perfectly fine. You can still see the drum head spinning down in there a little. You can see the little guy there. And Now, for the camera, I'll demonstrate how the autofocus and power zoom work. So we hit camera power, little slide switch. I'll pop that open so that you guys might be able to see it. And you can see the little blinking light there. It's orange, and then we got a yellow. So it's going to be white balance and low light. And go inside. There you go. And now go auto. Should be. See, there it goes. It's moving. It's just slightly. It's very slow, but go back out. See if we can go back in. I'm not too sure if these springs have enough power, but this is the power zoom. Very cool. So, yeah, so that is the Sony CCD-V8AF. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in another video.